Hi folks, Jeff Westfall with you again. Another Nunchaku lesson for you. Today we're going to look at the number one strike from a lot of different methods. Using a stick, the number one strike in our system is a diagonal strike, if you're right-handed, from your right shoulder down and across. It goes from my perspective, 130 down to 730. Now with the Nunchaku, there are a number of different ways I can throw the number one strike. I'm going to show you some of them, maybe more than you might imagine. We'll start with the front guard position. There are actually three different ways I can throw this from the front guard position. One is I can feed it with my hand this way to bring it up and around. I can take it over my head that way. That's sometimes done when you're blocking. And I can do just a basic one right from here without feeding it. Just simply drop the stave and throw a number one. Going to the armpit hold, very versatile hold. From this position, my shoulder can be tucked back a little bit. I'm simply going to drop it out of my armpit and take it across. Really good way to strike. I can have it in a dangling guard, simply right here. The trick is to lift it up high enough to deliver it. I don't try to deliver it from here, I lift it and deliver it. Then there's the 2-in-1 grip, which I happen to have right now. Now what I did here was I prepared by pulling my shoulder and my hand back a little bit. I let the second stave out of my grip and struck. Now, practice this with safety nunchakus at first, because you will have a lot of little accidents and disasters if you're not careful. Sometimes folks will carry nunchakus like this, especially if the connector chain or rope is a little longer. You can see how it's diagonal. It's a little less comfortable this way, but you absolutely can reach up and grab it and throw a number one strike from that position. Now, there's another kind of a number one strike that's different from the basic one I've been showing you. It's easier to show you this with a stick. A standard number one strike comes from, if I'm right-handed, from my right side. But I can have my stick over here as if I'm loaded for a backhand strike and feed a number one strike. It comes around, it barely misses my head and does that. That is a reverse number one strike. I can do those with the Nunchaku as well. The first one is from a dangle, but instead of dangling over to my right side, it's dangling over to my left side. The second one is from the armpit. Now the last armpit, when we pulled the shoulder back, now we rotate our shoulder forward. That's more of a reverse number one. This is a basic number one. This is a reverse number one. And lastly, back to our 2-in-1 grip, I can keep it over here, drop the one stave, and there's my number one strike. So that's, if I'm counting right, 10 or 11 different ways to throw your number one strike. Hang around, come back again, and I'll show you some more.